Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be talking about something which I think is pretty important, which is going to be happening sometime in season, well, it'll be season 9, but, and I know this is an early prediction, but I think it'll be fun to predict it now, and then predict it again, and then I'll actually update this list, as long as loads of people, as long as you guys want me to. I'll actually update the list after season 8, and I will talk about this video, my general thoughts of who I thought was going to die, and then if they've changed in season 8, because this is probably one of the most significant parts, another really significant part in the comics. I probably think this is probably as big, not as big, but no, the Negan kill, when Negan kills Glenn in the comics, is very big. This, I want to say, is maybe another really, like, it's a key one. It's not as big as the Glenn death, but it is a key, like, event which actually happened. So, of course, in the comics, the Whisperers actually, or better still, Alpha infiltrates the communities when they're having their fair, and she kills 12 members from various different communities. Actually, from all 4 communities. She kills, of course, Dr. Carson, who technically is a saviour, I guess. She kills Amber, who's technically a saviour as well. She kills Olivia and Aaron, who are Alexandrians, and I guess sort of Ken as well, who's of course a part of, no, not Ken. Ken's like Hilltop. She kills Luke even, with this one, who's of course Alpha's, not Alpha's, Magnus' friend. There's too many characters. Magnus, one of Magnus' group. She pretty much kills, she wipes out at least one person from every community, and I think that's probably why this was such a blow, is because the reason is it's someone who at least the communities knew, and they knew. And the big 2, of course, that she kills are, of course, Rosita and Ezekiel. Now, I felt that Ezekiel was way more, was a much more big death. So in this video, we're going to just talk about who I think is going to die in Season 9. Now, I'm going to presume that this will be the finale. Either the finale or the mid-season finale. If it's the mid-season finale, though, they've got to go through 3 trades worth of stuff before they can actually... And in Season 7, they went through barely 2. They went through barely through 2 trades. Not even 2, really, because they went through March to War, the end of Something to Fear, and the start of All Out War Part 1. So they sort of did, like, I guess you could say they technically did 2, sort of. So, and Season 8 is going to do like 1.5. So, yeah. So this one, if it covers 3, I guess it could be the finale. This could be a big finale thing. So we're talking about Season 9 finale. I know it's way too far, really. I'm going too far, but I think it's interesting to do the predictions now. So I'm going to start rambling, and we're actually going to go on. So, of course, we're just going to go through the different characters. So, first of all, we have Olivia. We have, here we have Josh. We have Dr. Carson, who is actually the brother to the other Dr. Carson. I think this is Harlan Carson anyway. We have Tammy Rose, I think it is. She is like a mother, and who guess she's living at the Hilltop. We have Luke. We have Aaron. We have Ken. We have Amber. We have... I think this one's Josh and this one's Oscar, and maybe the other one round. Josh and Oscar, I think. No, not Josh, sorry. This isn't very good. Anyway, one of them's Oscar, the other one's got another name. Rosita and Ezekiel. I think this one's Oscar, actually. I'm going to say this one. Hang on, let me hang on. Let me double check. Back a sec. So this one is Oscar and this one's Larry. Anyway, moving on. So, not all these characters have appeared so far, so let's go into the TV show equivalents and we'll talk about them first. So, of course, these are the TV show equivalents. So, first of all, we have Olivia. Now, Olivia, currently in the show, is already gone, so we can't have her as a death. And I do think there has to be 12, by the way. I do think 12 is a key number here. I think we do have to have 12 deaths. I think that's really important. There needs to be a dozen. I mean, there doesn't need to be, but I think that, you know, it needs to follow the comics. Shiva killed 2 people on the attack in the comics. Shiva kills 2 people on the attack in Alexandria. I think it needs to be 12 heads on a spike. Of course, then we have Dr. Carson, who looks a lot different to, obviously, his comic counterpart, which is this guy. But I do think also he is... Oh, no, I do this all the bloody time, don't I? Anyway, I do think he is going to die. Well, he's already dead, sorry. So, obviously, he got thrown into the pit, the fire, I guess, the furnace, that would be the word. The furnace, of course, when Dwight framed him. Then we have Erin. Erin's also dead. She died in the wolf's attack. She obviously got her like sort of belly slit, and then Carol put her out of her misery. Then we have Amber. So Amber is of course alive and well. So she, I don't know why I'm putting her as alive. She's going to be one of the ones to get beheaded. I say definitely. Now here's another thing: Rosita and Ezekiel. Now the one reason I sort of question Rosita is because Rosita is a much bigger character in the show. In the comics, she barely does anything. I think the most significant thing she probably did throughout the whole thing is break up with Abraham. Everything else before that was really just irrelevant that she did. She was always just there. She was just there as a pretty face, I always thought. So she wasn't really an important character. Ezekiel is also a very important character. But I do think they are going to kill Rosita off. I think it's going to be important. I reckon they'll do the whole thing where she's pregnant as well. So she's actually going to be pregnant and die. But I definitely want to see Rosita there dead as well. I think it would be really heartbreaking, of course, for Eugene and some other people, and have known her for a while anyway. So yeah, I do think so. We've got 3 out of the 12. Okay, so that's pretty good. So that's 3 out of the 12. However, there's a few others. First of all, we have we have Amber, Rosita, and Ezekiel, and then we have Tammy Rose. I think Tammy Rose is going to be one of the ones to also get decapitated and killed. But we haven't seen her yet in the show, but I think they will introduce her. Then we have Luke. I also think they are going to introduce Luke. Of course, he is a part of Magnus' group, so I definitely want to see him in the future, but I think he will be, like I said, added in the show. And then we have Ken. Ken, of course, is a hilltop guy who sort of goes mental and crazy. And after he sees the kind of he thinks he sees the zombies talking. Again, I think they will add Ken. I think they will add him in the show as well. So these guys, I think, are all going to be added. However, there's a few others. Of course, we've still got. That only covers 2, 4, 6. That only covers 6, and we still need to kill off at least. Well, yeah, we need to kill off 6 more characters. That's good maths. Yeah. So, who do I think first? So, here's what I think. First of all, for Josh, anyway, because of course Josh is a kid and he dies. I think they should kill Mikey off in the show. Now, the actor actually hasn't appeared since season 5. So he hasn't been here for 2 seasons. Now, I know that, and I know Mikey's still alive in the comics, but Mikey's not really important in the comics, and if he were meant to be important in the comics, like if he's to be he's to be important, then they would have done something with him in the show. They would have made it more thing. And also, I feel like Mikey's always just going to be in a background sort of character, a friend for Carl. I don't know when he'll die in the comics. I mean, he might not ever. Of course, his mother's recently died, actually, in the comics. But, I don't know what's going to happen with him. Well, we'll have to see. But, I think that they could bring back the actor just for like an episode, just so he can, and maybe actually cast someone as his mother, and that would be pretty cool to see, and her breakdown and stuff, like she's really upset and everything, and just say that she was in Alexandria the whole time in the background. I don't know. That's what I mean. I would have liked to see at least all the Alexandrians they show us, like as of now. I want them to be Alexandrians we've seen before. I want to have at least seen them in season 6. I'm okay with not seeing them in season 5 because we weren't really there. We were only there for a few episodes. But as of season 6, I think that's all the Alexandrians, right? We should have seen them all by now. Okay, I'm not gonna. I don't want one like Denise just coming like, hey, I'm the doctor. Like, all right, okay, you're in the house the whole time, fair dues. I want to. You know what I mean. Then we have now this is Andy. Sorry, I was there. I got it. This is Andy. He is of course a hilltopper. He's a hilltopper. He's a member of the Hilltop. Now, I think we saw him in season. Well, we saw him in season 6 where he actually helped with the whole trade thing. Of course, he was one of the guys who sort of came back, and they did the whole trade thing with him, and he helped. Of course, there was his friend Craig, which he saved as well. No, this guy he's appeared once in season 7, so I think, the actor's still around, so I think we can definitely see him getting beheaded. I definitely want to see that. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe do some stuff with him. Maybe we can have Craig, like, where the hell is Andy? Where's he at? Whilst we see Andy's head. I think that would be pretty cool. Then we have Patrice. Now, like I said before, Patrice is, of course, an Oceanside member, and you can probably be like, what are you on about? Now, I do think Oceanside are going to join the war eventually. Maybe it'll be later on, or it'll be early on. We don't know, but they will join the war, I'm sure of it. I want someone else to die from Oceanside in season, because by season season 9, I hope that the whole communities have been trading with each other. So I think it kind of need an Oceanside character needs to go, unfortunately, in the fair. And I think Patrice would be good. Now, I don't think they're going to kill Patrice off in season 8. I may be wrong. They might kill Patrice off in season 8. They also got Kathy as well. I mean, one of those two, I like to call them, like, well, they're basically like the main soldiers, the main kind of front runners for the Oceanside at the minute. So I don't see both of them dying. So I want one of them. But I think Patrice would be better. I feel like Patrice is a cool character to get to know. I don't know. We'll have to see, though. But yeah, I think Patrice should be the one to go as well. And then we have Nabila. I think it's Nabila. Nabila, I also think, will be one to go. To replace kind of that Olivia one. The kind of nice, sweet, the kind of sweet woman who really is just trying to live, really. She's not really doing much. She's just there trying to live. I don't know if there'll be an issue with the whole headscarf thing. That's the thing I'm trying to think of. Like, if Alfred beheads her, is she going to keep the whole headscarf on her? I don't know. I just feel like that might be an issue. Will she leave I don't know. They could just leave the headscarf on it, I guess. But yeah, I see Nabila because I want someone from another. I want someone else from the king. Well, I want someone from the kingdom. And of course Ezekiel is a big one from the kingdom, and he's probably the main one. But I think Nabila would be nice as well because that's like a really nice spirited woman, and I think it would be nice if actually we saw her in like the episode before she gets beheaded. Actually see her like, I don't know, like handing out food or something, being really in the fair, like being like a real good help or something. And then she goes like, and how she dies is I don't know, she goes back and she gets beheaded by Alpha or something. I don't know. But I want to see her go. I think that'd be cool. I'm not saying I wanted to die. Then we have Scott. Of course, Scott is an Alexandrian. He's been there for a while. He's been there since the start of season 6. I also want to see him go. I think it'd be good to... Well, we need an Alexandria, is my point. We need someone who we've had from Alexandria in a while. Of course, we're going to have Mike. Hopefully, we'd have Mikey, so that's one. But again, he hasn't appeared very often. However, Scott's appeared for quite a while. He's been there. He's in there season 7 with Carl, obviously, shooting. So, you know, I see him going. And then finally... the big one, well, the last one, is Laura, who of course is a saviour. I think, of course, we will have Amber, hopefully, but I feel like they need another saviour, so I feel like she's probably a good one to use and actually kill off. So there we go. So let's count. So we'll have, like I said, the community thing is a thing. So we'll start off with Alexandria, and we'll do it in red just to confirm that we've got a good balanced number. Well, we won't have a perfectly balanced number, but a decently balanced number. So we've got 1 Alexandrian, 2 bastard, 2 Alexandrian. Excuse me. Yeah, and then we'll do the hilltop in blue. So 1 hilltop. This is not going too well. You get the point. Whatever. I hopefully think it should be balanced again, like I said. So we'll be doing. So we got Rosita. But anyway, I went on rambling. But thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.